We are working in the Red Big Ideas Record and Practice Journal today. We're on 8.1 and we're dealing with circles and circumference. Just to start out, a circle is a set of all points in a plane. It's a circle. A set of all points that are the same distance from a point called the center. So this would be the center of our circle. We also have the radius. The radius is halfway from the center to any point on the circle. So we're going to put an R here for radius. And then the other term we have is diameter. And diameter goes as the distance across the circle through the center. And what we'll find out here is the diameter with our formula that we're using. We're going to use a formula called the circumference formula. C equals pi times d. And we are going to use 3.14 for pi, or as we have a very extremely big 22 over 7. If you actually took your calculator and divided 22 by 7, you would get roughly 3.142857, etc. So that's why we use, or why you can use 22 over 7, because it is very, very close to what we traditionally use with a calculator with 3.14. So for number 3, your record and practice journal, get started here. The diameter is 20, so from one side of the circle to the other side, it's 20. And we want to use our formula, circumference equals pi times d, so we're going to just take that number, 3.14, and we're going to multiply it by 20. So we're just going to do 20 times 3.14, and we're going to get 62.8. And all we did was we took 20 times 3.14 to get that. For number 4, we have the radius is 14. So the first thing we want to do is we want to extend the radius. So we get, and we're going to cross off 14, and we're going to put 28, and we're going to call that now the diameter. And then we're just going to do 28 times 3.14. Now, just to kind of show you what we could do if we did 22 over 7, we would just simply take 28 over 1 times 22 over 7. 7 goes into 28 4 times. 4 times 22 would be 88. So it would be very, very close to 88. If I did it with my calculator, it would be 28 times 3.14, and it would be 87.92. So you could have 88 or 87.92 for that one. And then finally for number 6, we have a semicircle. We're going to go, the diameter is still 5, so we're going to do 5 times 3.14. We're going to get 15.7, and then we're just going to take that and just divide it by 2. So we're just going to go 15.7 divided by 2, and we're going to get 7.85. And this would be just regular centimeters. This would just be regular inches. And this would also just be regular inches, because we are just essentially finding the distance on the outside of the circle. We're just finding the distance on the outside of the circle, and that's what the circumference is. Another word we sometimes use for circumference, it is very similar to perimeter when we are dealing with our polygons. So for circumference, that would be the same as perimeter, dealing with our squares and triangles and all of those shapes. So this was 8.1, circles and circumference. The formula we used was C equals pi times d, and what we used for pi is 3.14, or you could also use 22 over 7 if need be.